Let's do this.
Damn it. He's not here. Ash.
I got him.
What's up everyone, this is Joe with Hipfire Gaming here to give you another Why Not? This time a fan requested entry in the series. This is Call of Duty Ghosts. Quick shout out to IceCold64 for the request in the comments of one of our other videos on Insurgency. Well, I can't say I was pumped to play Call of Duty Ghosts. I had actually avoided it for quite some time. I thought no better time than when a fan requested it. So thanks again IceCold64. I got the game from Gamefly, popped it in, and here's what I thought. Call of Duty, in general, has really lost its appeal for me. I just have to be honest. I was a huge fan starting with Call of Duty 2 and going into pretty much the Xbox 360 generation of Call of Duties. Modern Warfare was by far one of the best games I had ever played. Modern Warfare 2 was one that I had the most fun with friends playing competitively. And then we got into Black Ops, was a good time. I really enjoyed the story in that one. Black Ops 2 was also very fun, but Modern Warfare 3 is actually where they started to lose me. I was really hoping Infinity Ward would reinvent the first-person shooter, or at least reinvigorate the series, as they'd done with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and with Modern Warfare 2 in the past. But instead what we got was pretty much a repackaged version of the same game that was out there the year before, and I really started to notice the Madden effect. And it was it pissed me off. It was something that I loved that was being tainted, and it seemed like an absolute cash grab. And then it came Call of Duty Elite, and I'm not even going to talk about that. It was really shocking for me how a bad experience with one game might completely pull me out of a series. Black Ops 2 did a good job of bringing me back in, though. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit, played with a couple people I typically don't, and had some fun. I was starting to notice my tastes maturing, and maybe it was just me over the fact that I didn't like being harassed online or just screamed at. I really ended up muting everybody in the room. And that became what Call of Duty was to me. I moved on to titles like Battlefield for my competitive streaks, but more often than not, I actually was playing more single-player and cooperative titles. Now, what I tried to do with Call of Duty Ghosts is really going with a clear head, clear mind, and a blank slate. I wanted to forget all about Modern Warfare 3 and the missteps and the bad things that I had experienced and the people that played the game. And really, I went in with the best intentions possible. Now, I wish I could tell you that Call of Duty Ghosts delivers on that fun Call of Duty promise and that it was one of those Michael Bay type single-player experiences. And in some respects, it really is, but I have to be honest. There was too much in the single-player campaign that just made it absolutely over the top, and I just couldn't get into it. The campaign honestly lost me about 10 minutes in. While the campaign possesses some interesting elements, it really did just lose me and not get me back. I played the campaign quite a bit as I got really frustrated with the multiplayer. Playing with JD as well, we played a free weekend on Steam that was actually pretty fun for about 5 whole seconds until we really got into the game and realized maybe it's just our skill, but it was just a frustrating game in general. JD expressed a lot of disinterest due to the fact that things were changed from Black Ops 2 that seemed to be a big step backwards. There were things that were missing, there were things that were added that just didn't make the experience any better. While I noticed right away that things like textures and the overall game just wasn't very good. Some of the cool features, like the fact that the AI will scream out directions or other events that are happening, such as an enemy just beyond the wall or something moving, a grenade coming at you, which is a pretty cool touch, you would think, and in theory, but in practice, it really falls flat and actually kind of screws you over. It's going to tell the enemy that you're close by you screaming, "Frag out." Now, the multiplayer is still as deep as ever. I mean, you've got plenty of weapons to go through, you've got plenty of unlocks, and you've always got prestige. But I didn't find the motivation. I just wasn't having as much fun, I wasn't leveling up very quickly, and really there wasn't any real motivation for me to keep going. I just didn't feel like I needed to unlock that next attachment for my weapon, or that I needed anything like that. Whereas, and the comparison's pretty obvious here, past Call of Duties and Battlefield always gave me that sense of reward for trying a little bit harder or trying a new tactic. Whereas a game like Battlefield rewards you for trying to do the objective, maybe not as much as a kill, it still does it, and I like that. I like being able to get a good boost in my score for reviving a teammate or a squad mate. I like being able to throw out a health kit and be able to help the team along. Where in Call of Duty, it's every man for himself, and the team really doesn't have any bearing on your performance or motivation to finish the round or work as a team. Now, it's not to say it's a bad game. Call of Duty's always been a good game, and it's got the sound foundation, but really, Ghost doesn't do anything to build on that foundation. It doesn't enhance the experience or the series, and it really doesn't make anything better. Now, it sounds like I'm ragging on it quite a bit. I did find some things fun, but what happens, as I was playing through the campaign, I noticed that I started having more fun when I stopped caring about the game, stopped caring about the characters. You probably saw the beginning of the video. That was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in a game because I accidentally hip-fired my sniper rifle, and the shot went so far off that it hit the HVT. I laughed pretty hard when it happened, but looking back, a scene that should have been something serious and I should have been fully engaged in was made hilarious by one mistake. While it might be something that I could probably write off, it kind of carries the theme of the whole Call of Duty experience for me. And then later in the game, you'll see in the footage here that I stopped caring altogether. While playing with a buddy online in a different party who was in a different game altogether, I was describing my experience and told him pretty simply, once I stopped caring altogether, the game became a blast. I was trying to get through levels with just a pistol, giving the old Tom Hanks Saving Private Ryan treatment, and stabbing everybody I could in the chest, which was hilarious to me. But that's not what the game was aiming for. If it was aiming for comedy, it probably could have done that better. With the release of Rambo so recently, it kind of plays nicely because my example to JD as well was Infinity Ward and Activision have made a better Rambo game than the Rambo game. I was near invincible, and even on harder difficulties, while yes, I took more damage, I still felt pretty tough to kill, and the enemy AI was only marginally better. I love the ability to peek and things like that. There are small touches that are there. There's still just too much missing, not enough character or identity in the game to really make it feel like something I should care about. Now, if you're a Call of Duty purist and you just like the experience and you want to play Call of Duty the most recent, by all means. But it's still hard to recommend that when there's active communities in Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, and heck, probably back to Modern Warfare 2. I won't say a game deserves hate because the developers definitely worked hard on it and put their soul into it, but I just can't feel that passion coming through in the story, the multiplayer experience, or anything that really is of value. Well, of course, my opinion isn't everybody's. There are plenty out there that probably enjoy the game plenty, and I was sure to find a couple in multiplayer matches myself. And this is by no means a full review. I can't tell you that I played through the entire campaign. I got probably 80% of the way through it before I finally said that I have to put this down. JD can testify for me that I said I'm just done with it. It's something that I just kind of moved on from. With games coming out soon like Infamous, as well as I got to play the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, and a couple other things that just mixed it up, I knew I had better things to take up my time. So while Call of Duty Ghosts might not be my game of the year, and I'd encourage anybody that wants to take the game seriously, please do so. Don't let this sway your opinion, but just know that there are definitely flaws within the game. While I can't recommend the game being picked up for $60, if it's on sale for $30-$40, it's not a bad title and it's a good shooter. If you're just a fan of modern military shooters like I am, it'll get the job done and maybe get you through if Battlefield or prior Call of Duties just aren't scratching that particular itch. This has been another edition of Why Not? I'm Joe with Hipfire Gaming. Please take the time to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment, and we are always taking suggestions for the next game to feature on Why Not, just as Ice Cold 64 suggested Call of Duty Ghosts for this episode. We're definitely going to try to get some more content up shortly, but for now, thanks for stopping by, and until next time.